The night was darker than ever. A lonely man rode his black horse through the mountains, mountains where people whispered that spirits and jinn roamed freely. They said that anyone who crossed the path at midnight would never return the same. The horse beneath him grew restless, its hooves clattering nervously against the stones. A strange chill filled the air. The man pulled the reins tighter, his heart pounding. Then he felt it, a cold presence behind him. Someone was riding with him. Slowly, with trembling hands, he turned his head. There she was, a young woman, her long black hair flowing, her face delicate and flawless, her eyes glowing softly in the moonlight. She had wrapped her pale, cold arms around his waist. Terror froze him, but her beauty struck him like lightning. Fear melted into desire. I have been alone for so long, he thought. Perhaps this is fate. He brought her home. Days passed and their bond grew stronger. The man fell deeply in love, unable to live without her. One night under the full moon, he asked her to marry him. The woman smiled strangely and whispered, "If you vow to stay with me, I will remain by your side forever, but there will be no return." Blinded by love, he answered without hesitation, "Yes." Soon after, a magnificent wedding was held. The villagers watched in awe. The bride was breathtakingly beautiful, her eyes shining like stars. Yet whispers spread among them. Who is she? Where did she come from? Why has no one seen her before? But the man cared only for his love. That very night, after the celebration ended, strange sounds echoed outside their home. The howling of wolves, the rushing of wind, and something scratching at the wooden door. The man rose in alarm, but his bride gently held his hand and whispered, "Do not be afraid. These sounds are for me. They are only offering their blessings." His heart trembled, but when he looked into her enchanting eyes, his fear dissolved again. Days turned to weeks. Strange events began to unfold. Cattle vanished, chickens died without cause, and children woke screaming in the middle of the night. Villagers claimed to see a shadow lingering near the man's house. One moonlit night, the man awoke suddenly. His bride stood at the window, her long hair swaying in the breeze as she murmured words he could not understand. Dark birds appeared out of nowhere, perching on the roof, their wings beating furiously. Terrified, he cried out, "What are you doing?" The woman turned slowly. Her face was no longer soft and gentle. Her eyes glowed blood red. Her smile revealed sharp fangs. In a chilling voice, she whispered, "You chose me. Now you belong to my world. I am the bride of the night, and you are my husband forever." The man, torn between love and horror, froze. She reached for his hand again, her touch icy, and whispered, "If you ever leave me, I will take your life. But if you stay, I will grant you wealth, power, and an endless lifetime. Choose, my love, or your death." The man wrestled with himself for days. Could he love her despite the terror she brought? In the end, he surrendered. He stayed. From that night forward, their home transformed. It became a haunting palace. Strange green and crimson lights shone through the windows at night, and the sorrowful cries of a woman echoed through the darkness. No villager dared to come near. Years passed. The man never grew old. He remained young and strong. Yet his smile always carried sorrow. He had a beautiful bride, but deep inside, he lived in fear. For he knew the truth. His wife was not of this world. And even now, the villagers say, if you ride your horse through those mountains at midnight, you may hear a soft whisper behind you, "Take me with you." And if you answer, you will never return. If you want to hear more romantic and scary stories from SadaZone, please subscribe, like, and comment.